have a still video tonight so that we can get through this quickly, because that has been the hold up since the last video and I haven't had time to complete. We had an amazing event on Saturday the 8th of September, BPG. They did the Love Me Black event, which was all about a Women's Appreciation Day. So that was a busy, amazing day, and I hope you guys are enjoying the energy. I am going to get into the reading, guys. I'm not going to take too much time talking. I just need to have a sip of my tea to make sure that I'm able to project my voice throughout. I've got some chamomile at the ready for the projections for tonight. I'm super excited, guys. I know that we're already into September, but I will be able to get on top of this where I will be ahead at some point. That is the intention. But bear with me, because there's still so many amazing things that's going to be happening throughout this month, because the energy just feels so ripe. I've been loving the energy. Before I forget, I'm going to do my plugs. So definitely, if you like my vibe, if you like my energy, be sure to subscribe for more. Okay, comment, like, share. If you feel like this resonates with you, then definitely, next time you pop on in, bring a family member, bring a friend, and let's all sort of have a look into the space together and see what we can find in terms of our own, I guess, guidance for self-evolution. If you guys like my style in terms of my reading after seeing what I do tonight, because I am going to be pulling cards for all 12 of the different zodiac signs. I'm going to get into that a little bit more later. But if you like my vibe and the way that I do things, you can book your free reading at shakimabrown.com/free, and we can sort of take it from there and see what we can do together as far as working with each other. I also have paid readings that I would definitely advise that you guys book, because the free reading is literally just sort of like a 3 cards pull, and that's probably up to 7 minutes long, so you get a little bit of a snippet. Okay, so we did sort of get the Aries, Taurus and Gemini readings done whilst the actual the room was lit. I felt like the energy was good, the vibe was really lending itself to us, so I was super amazed about that towards the end, that we actually managed to get that far in, so that's awesome. And as per usual, I will be pulling several different cards for you guys today, just to sort of have a look into the space, see what's going on in different areas. I'll be pulling some tarot cards, some angel cards. I haven't pulled any angel cards for anyone just yet, actually. I realized that last time, but also I feel like the messages that were coming through were, I'm not going to say beyond that, but they were pretty much clear enough. You know what I mean? The guides didn't necessarily, or the angels didn't necessarily, the input was very present in the message itself. I'll also be utilizing some energy cards, some cards, I guess, messages from the universe. And I'll also be pulling some romance cards, guys, to sort of see what's going on in the romance space. And I will also be pulling some stress cards for you guys. Okay, I'm doing that because, again, like, the throat chakra is definitely very active, guys. I feel like this is definitely going to be a month of a lot of personal truths. There's a lot of people that's really going to be embarking on that journey as far as that moment of self-realization. So I'm definitely keen to see what's going on for you guys. And I'm happy to be able to obviously bring my insight into this space for you guys. So, let's begin. Also, guys, continuing the plugs, I do make candles based on the 4 different elements. This would be my water element candle. These were some of the goodies that I had present at the Love Me Black event on Saturday that I mentioned, and I was doing some free readings down there as well. Definitely be sure to check out the BPG, guys, because they're doing amazing things, guys. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into it. I feel like with Cancer, for Cancer, I'm actually going to pull some tarot cards and then sort of work through this space from there and see what is on offer for you guys. Oh wow, amazing already. Sort of the Death card, we know that there's already transformation sort of happening in this space, and we already know that the transition was what this was all about, essentially, for the month of September. That's what this reading and focus is all about. And already Spirit's basically sort of saying that, you know, that natural born leader, that visionary, is really going to be able to, you know, how can I put it? There's some things that's affecting your ability to be able to move forward, Cancer. It's almost like you guys are having a resistance to the change that's happening, because you guys are sort of carrying a lot of baggage around. You guys are really yeah, there has to be a balance for you guys. There has to be a balance. The baggage that you guys are carrying around is down to wishes that were fulfilled through, I guess, materialization, through egoic nature, through the shadow self, and those challenges, because those wishes have now been fulfilled. It's almost like you can't let go of the baggage that has been created by that, because those were probably hasty decisions for a lot of you guys. But I think we'll go and sort of pull some cards and see what else we can sort of get in this space for you guys. I just wanted to have a little look. I like to have a peek in, guys, and see what's going on. What is the, I guess, message? So message for Cancer, September, Spirit. We want to know what the message is for Cancer this September. Okay, well, there's definitely a need for you guys to listen to your intuition, listen to your higher self, listen to your inner voice. You know, there's definitely, it's so funny because on my Instagram, that was actually the card that popped up for a lot of my life warriors on Instagram. And in regards to listening to your intuition, and your inner self, your inner voice, your inner knowing, is really going to help you to move past your ability to be a bit of all talk and no action type energy, ability to be a bit hasty, your ability to basically put yourself in a position where you're not being able to fulfill the promises that you're sort of putting out there. You know, that's what that will bring for you. So throughout September, listen to your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice, Cancer, because there's definitely some gems here for you guys to be able to move past those restrictions, you know. Transition needs to be able to happen, but you guys carrying all this baggage, it's not going to help you. So listen to your inner voice at this time throughout September, and that will really assist you in being able to move past those challenges, being able to move past those obstacles. What is the message for Cancer this September, Spirit? What does Cancer need to... Ooh, did you guys see that? Awesome. You guys are definitely getting some gems. Mental clarity. This is all about mental clarity for you guys. I'm going to grab that. Wow. I have to take a minute to just take this in. The card that popped out for you guys is Judgment. Cancer, this month of September for you guys is all about rebirth. It's all about tapping into that inner calling. And this is why you have to listen to that inner voice, because you're going to be able to move into a place of mental clarity, move into a place of that raw power, that victory that you're hoping to attain. It is possible for you, Cancer. This month of September, the energies are really lending themselves to allow for you to have a breakthrough, to allow for you to have some mental clarity and really bring to light that balance, Cancer. That was one of the things that came up in terms of the energy that you guys were obviously sort of toiling through. That mental clarity that you guys are sort of getting, that's coming from, you know, I guess being at a point where you were avoiding responsibility, but now you're realizing that you have to be fair. You have to be able to break away from that, because that was creating restrictions in your own personal growth, in your own personal evolution, and in your rebirth, Cancer. In your rebirth, those limited, I guess, perspectives, that ability to avoid your responsibility wasn't lending itself to your rebirth, but now you're getting some mental clarity throughout September. There's definitely going to be some downloads available to you guys, because those challenges of the shadows for you guys, the challenges here of the shadows, the devil card, that's going to find some balance for you guys. You guys are going to be able to finally be at a point where you can find some peace with the situation, and that's what this rebirth is going to bring for you guys. That's what this rebirth is going to clearly allow for you guys to be able to gain from this space. And I'm actually going to leave those cards out present in the space for you guys. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you, Cancer. I think that obviously you guys have been doing your own work, and for those of you that have taken the time to be completely real with your shadow self, you know, completely honest with that darker reflection that lies within you, those challenges are definitely going to pay off. I'm going to pull some energy cards for you guys. I'm definitely going to pull some energy cards for you guys. And now, can I just say, just looking at the card as it sort of appears, because I believe everything happens in synchronistic form, guys. Looking further into the message here, it's sort of saying that, you know, you'll be able to come to self-realizations. It's all about the crown chakra. That's where you get your self-realizations. That's sort of being projected out into your external world and sort of emitting itself back to you. And that's going to come through some self-love, through some dedication and devotion to self. You know, woman holding a heart. That's really going to be all about connecting to that intuitive nature, that deeper understanding of self. And there will be binding contracts that will be formed, you know, through that space for you guys. So this is amazing. You guys are actually releasing the garden and the gate, because you guys are no longer requiring to be in the garden. You guys are ready to share yourselves with the world. This is amazing. What does Cancer need to know for the month of September, Spirit? As clearly as you can. We are definitely all open to receiving any and all guidance that is rightfully ours at this time. Guys, I've got small hands and these are like large packets, guys, so I'm just trying to get the message on through. Okay, there's definitely going to be some healing over your finances. There's definitely going to be some healing over your finances throughout the month of September, guys, and this is going to come by you sort of having a look at your attachments, at your worldly desires, at your worldly, I guess, materializations. Yeah, and you will no longer want to, I guess, you will no longer willfully put yourself in positions where your finances are just going to be withering away through your pockets. That's what September is really going to be bringing for you guys. So you guys have clearly learned a lot in terms of, you know, Saturn being retrograde for however many months. I think it went retrograde, if I'm not mistaken, back in April. So yeah, you guys really took the time to do the work on what Saturn was bringing to light in terms of the finances being a little bit more stable, a little bit more of a solid foundation for you guys. So that's awesome. That is amazing work, Cancer. Well done, you guys. What is the message for Cancer, Spirit? Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Exactly as I was saying to you guys. Victory is yours. There will no longer be any heartbreak over your financial constraints. You are releasing those constraints over your finances because you took that time. You took heed in what Saturn was saying whilst it was retrograde, and you are bringing victory into your space over your finances this September, Cancer. This is amazing. I almost want to cry for you guys. I know I'm a crybaby, but you know. And again, like I was saying, this is all going to come through self-realizations. You're going to be loving yourself more than the material realizations. The materializations of things. You're no longer going to be having anxiety over what you don't have materially. You're going to be loving yourself enough. You're going to realize that all you wanted, you had within yourself all along, and there's no need to continue to seek for that externally. You've done a lot of thinking over the space, Cancer. You've had a lot of patience. You've had to endure some patience whilst you sort of go through and do the work over those challenges, because you were all tied up. You were all tied up. You were all, I guess, limited in terms of your ability to manifest the finances to, I guess, live the life of abundance that you feel that you deserve. But now you're actually walking away from that. You're walking away from that because the angel of balance has really lent itself to your space. It's really lent itself to your ability to be able to move away from being deceitful to yourself. You know, self-realizations, guys. Self-realizations. That throat chakra that was off, that was telling you lies, that was telling you that the things that you were doing were okay in terms of your finances, when you know better than to make those decisions, Cancer, that is no longer going to be an active thought for you guys. You guys will no longer be willing to just give your money away. That's no longer the action you guys are taking. You guys are manifesting your abundance from your third eye. You guys are manifesting through your visualizations, your contracts that have been forged throughout the time that, you know, Saturn had been retrograde. A lot of you guys got into new jobs during that time, and you're no longer needing to be in the garden, because like I said, you guys are ready to share yourselves. You guys are ready to rest. You guys are ready to rest, Cancer. That is amazing. You guys have done amazing work, guys, and now there can be happy family for you guys throughout September. For those of you guys that have been doing the journey externally, you know, those of you guys that have been, you know, actually doing the things that you say that you're going to do, and working on yourself in the way that you say that you're going to work on yourself for your expansion and your evolution. For those of you that have been doing that work, there is no longer any need to journey externally. There is going to be a new journey within for you, because you're going to finally be able to attain that happy family that you desire, because you've taken the time to really look at yourself. And the angel of love is upon you. The angel of love is upon you, Cancer. I'm so emotional. I'm so sorry, guys. Your caring connections, they, over the time, it's like you've had to really do a lot of work over that. There is going to, oh gosh, Spirit's clarifying. The cards almost fell there, but Spirit's clarifying to me. You as the magician and the mirror, you as that magician worked through your caring connections. You worked at those factors that were off. You worked at those things that weren't your door to value. You worked at those things that wasn't going to bring you the kind of relationships that you want. You worked at the things that wasn't going to bring you the kind of family life that you want, the kind of love, the kind of dedication to yourself, family, friendships. You worked at that. You worked at that, utilizing your inner magicians by addressing your attachments, Cancer. I really feel like September is really going to be, you're no longer going to be in stormy paths in the month of September. There is no longer stormy paths for you over your attachments in the month of September. Your attachments no longer have any hold over you in the month of September. It will no longer cause you to be indecisive, because those adjacent possibilities for you, those adjacent possibilities, it's almost like the things that were, you know, not showing themselves to be abundant to you in terms of romance. You decided that you weren't necessarily going to take an adjacent door. You were going to try something completely different, and you were just going to release anything that doesn't serve where you're trying to go. And that is amazing, Cancer. That is amazing. I am so happy for you guys. If you can't tell, on the inside I'm truly crying. I'm trying to sort of get through this. I'm not going to say as quickly as possible, because I don't want to rush anything for anybody. I just want to be able to make sure that I give you guys what you need for the purpose of what Spirit needs for you to achieve throughout the month of September. I'm going to pull a card from the universe and sort of see what the message is for you guys at this time as well. Message from the universe. There's going to be some deep solar plexus activation here for you guys throughout the month of September. Cancer, you guys are really going to be living in that raw willpower. When you guys say you're going to do something, wow. When you guys say you're going to do something, you are going to make sure that visualization is connected to bring that manifestation to light. Aries also got some third eye activation going on, and this is what you are truly doing. And I believe it. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Shadows of the past, guys. This is where you guys are presently at. This is where you guys are presently at. You know, there will be challenges for you guys going forward, but there's already balance in the space because of the rebirth that you guys have taken in terms of your dedication to self. And it's going to see true healing occur when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Be honest with yourself this month, Cancer, because you have the opportunity to really get a chance to do the things that you say that you want to do, the things that you feel that you want to do, the things that you feel that you deserve. September is going to be a month to really give you an opportunity to manifest that. And I believe that for you, and I hope that you receive that for yourself, and I hope that you can do the work to attain all the things that you feel that you deserve, because the universe and spirit is ready to bring it directly to you. What is the message for Cancer? What is the message for Cancer for September, Spirit? What is the message for Cancer? As clearly as you can, we are open to receiving. What is the message for Cancer for this September? As clearly as you can, Spirit. I'm going to pull a few cards because there's not anything that's coming flashing out. Oh, spoke too soon. There we go. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. Obstacles are detours in the right direction, Cancer. There will be challenges for you after this rebirth. When we have a rebirth, it doesn't mean that life all of a sudden becomes instantly, peaceful, but we realize that abundance is all around us, and those obstacles is actually our opportunity to see infinite possibilities outside of our ego and what it desires to create in the space for itself. I am the dreamer of my dream. You are the dreamer of your dream, Cancer, and that's what you have the opportunity to realize this September. That's what it brings for you into this space. And there's a lot going on for you guys. Before, I was pulling 5 cards each. You guys have 7. Wow, this is amazing. There's definitely going to be some third eye activation for you guys this month. I promise you. You guys, your third eye is definitely going to be tintillating. I feel like your whole energy body is going to be like rejuvenated throughout the month of September. I definitely feel like the solar plexus is going to be very active throughout the month. Your third eye is where you're going to be receiving those informations, those visualizations that are going to come to you, those thoughts that are going to come into your path in terms of your guidance from being out of the shadows, because you navigated your way through. You deserve this, absolutely. Looking at where you are, where you've been, where you've come to in terms of your realizations, looking at the cards, the universe is saying that you realize that I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. Happiness is my birthright, and energy flows where my intention goes. That's what you've come to realize, Cancer. And that is an amazing place to be, because now what the universe is saying for you in terms of your alignment with your path, you realize I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. I honor how I want to feel, and that is important. Be completely honest with those shadows. Be completely honest with their existence. Be completely honest with acknowledging their presence. In going forward, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. That is the ultimate realization that you will come to attain. That is the ultimate realization that you will come to attain. and that's going to be amazing for you. I'm going to look at your romance and see what's going on into the space for you here, and try and see if I can go as quickly as I can through some stuff for you guys. If not, I'll probably have to try and get this done again tomorrow as far as all the star signs. But yes, just looking again, because I believe that Spirit speaks divinely. There's, what's coming in terms of your romance at the minute. It's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life, guys. Divine timing is at work in your love life. What needs to happen at this time, you need to let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Okay, don't be too much about what you want it to look like, what you want it to be like. Be all about what it already is and accept that for what it truly appears to be. Okay, what is the message for Cancer in terms of love this September, Spirit? What is the message for Cancer this September? Healing family issues. You guys will definitely be working on those blocked emotions that are repressed due to not acknowledging that past situations, past circumstances leave a residue. It's time to release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Release those baggage. Release that baggage, because it no longer serves you for where you're about to go, Cancer. And it's all about it no longer serves you, because you are about to embark on the journey of calling in your soulmate. Cancer, you're about to embark on the journey of calling in your soulmate throughout this September. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, that's what that third eye is going to be active, I guess, doing. It's really going to be lending itself, especially over your family and love life, because you'll be releasing your ex. There won't be any reconciliations, but for some of you guys looking at the card, for some of you guys who are already in a relationship, what I want to say is that stay optimistic. Stay optimistic at this time. Don't make any hasty decisions at this time, because as you shift in consciousness, as you raise your vibration, so too does your reality around you. And if you feel that your partner that you're currently with is your soulmate, this is really an opportunity for you guys to grow together, to embark on that next stage of your evolution together. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys have to grow apart, but what is required from you at this time for a deep reconciliation that is going to see you release the old ways and the old habits and mannerisms in terms of how you did things in the relationship is by being optimistic. Okay? Be optimistic and make an effort. Absolutely. Make an effort. For those singletons, definitely. You make an effort too, guys, because you're calling in your soulmate at this time. And by you wanting to be a better version of yourself in so many different ways, you will see to it that the right person comes into your space that's able to show themselves to be all that you need for them to be. For you guys, I'm actually going to pull an angel card, because I feel like there's already so much going on in terms of the space with the divine. It's been clear that you guys are definitely going to be, going through some challenges. So I'm going to pull an angel card. I think something's already popped up for you guys. You're ready. Spirit wants you to know, as far as the angelic guidance for this reading of September, Cancer, you are ready. Do not doubt yourself. You're ready. Be assertive. Be in the knowing of nurturing your emotions. When I see the be assertive card, it lets me know that it's all about nurturing your emotions, and remember why you're doing it in the first place, and don't be deterred by the obstacles. So that is amazing, because that will bring you opportunities. That will bring you opportunities, Cancer. Okay? That will absolutely bring you opportunities, and do not be deterred by it. That will bring you opportunities for recovery. You are ready for recovery financially, over your family life, over your romantic life, over your friendships. You are ready for recovery all round. Get more information. You're going to need to get more information about those friends, about those family interactions that you're not too sure about. Get more information. Be real. Be honest with yourself. The angels are saying, listen to your intuition. There's no need to worry. Like, by being honest with yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to instigate any grievances with anybody. It just means that you get the opportunity to be at one. Okay, what I'm going to read for you guys, I'm glad that I chose the angel cards for you guys. I'm going to read the recovery card. Actually, I'm going to read the You're Ready card, actually. Because I feel like this will give you guys more of an insight to understanding what Spirit is trying to say to you guys at this time. Okay, I'm just going to have a sip of my tea, guys, because it's getting cold. You're ready. All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There is nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. The world is anxiously awaiting the contributions that following your life purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in this situation. It's time to do what is right for you. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Doreen Virtue. So that is your reading, Cancer, for the month of September. I'm just going to pull a stress card for you guys and end it there. Okay. Wow. They are letting you know, as far as your stress, you need to be aware of the power of breath. Okay? Breath power. Close your eyes and breathe normally. Whenever breathing in, imagine breathing in power and good feeling. You can imagine the power you're breathing in a color or a light. Breath is breath. Breathe this way for 5 to 10 minutes. Every breath charges you like you charge your telephone. And peaceful breathing relaxes the body. Definitely, guys. When you're trying to sort of focus on your goal, when you get a little bit worked up, because Cancer tends to be like highly emotional, that's not a dig, guys. I'm just saying because you guys are deeply intuitive, you guys are quite sensitive, so sometimes you guys are picking up on other people's stuff and then you're not aware of how it's being projected back externally. But when you guys are having those moments where you feel like you're straying away from the goal, just take a minute to just breathe. And breathe for 10 minutes. That's what they're saying. In order to remember your inner goal, not your, because they're saying forget your goal, your inner goal, that spiritual desire, that purposeful self. In order to attain that, you're going to really need to utilize the power of breath and breathe for 10 minutes when you feel yourself going a little bit off track, because you're ready for the work that you're about to sort of embark on. And all I have to say is don't forget. Do not forget, Cancer, because you are absolutely ready, and the work that you have done isn't going to go unnoticed. It's just down to you to really believe in yourself, believe in the work that you've done, believe in why you did it, and know that you deserve the rewards and benefits of what's to come from having done that work. Okay? So that is amazing for you guys. I'm so happy to just be able to bring some insight into the space of what is to come for the month of September, because I feel like it's going to be such an amazing month for all of us, guys. And I'm super, super stoked that it's, the readings are coming up this well as far as the messages. And I hope that you guys are happy with what's coming through for you guys as well. As well, guys, the power of water. This is my future self. It's still going strong. Just pop some positive stuff on a bottle that you know that you're going to be drinking for the day, and keep that as a reference to who you know that you are truly within yourself, within your inner being, within your spirit, and allow for that to manifest outright. Okay? Just gonna have a sip of my tea, guys. Again, my tea's getting cold, so I want to enjoy all the goodiness. I absolutely love me some chamomile. Okay, so Leo. My next reading will be Leo. Right, guys, like I said, if you guys are enjoying my technique so far, definitely be sure to, book yourself a reading with me, shakimabrown.com, and we'll see what's going on for you guys. I feel like for Leo, I'm going to pull energy cards to start your reading, because I feel like for some reason, I want to see what's the energy for Leo at the minute. What is the guidance for Leo for this September? You guys will be releasing hostilities. You guys will be moving away from deceit. You guys will no longer be telling lies, because the angel of balance is sort of made itself be known in the space, and you're now walking away from being all tied up in those lies, from being all tied up in that deceit, because you've had to be patient. You've had to, really think about the way that you are doing things, and that hostility is going to be met with appreciation. And that appreciation has come from you guys really having to watch the coins, okay, for lack of a better way of putting it. And it really had to happen, because maybe you guys were just going to spiral out of control. There's probably something big about to happen for you guys, and you guys needed to be ready and prepared for that. Saturn is now direct, guys, so we have done all we needed to do whilst he was retrograde, hopefully, and now we can reap the benefits of that. For you guys as well, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. When you guys are sort of in this space throughout the time of September, that's the angel you need to be calling on. Archangel Metatron, to really sort of assist you with activating that third eye, so that you can really be able to visualize those contracts as you see them to be, where it's not as hostile as it has been for you in the past. And it's a case of releasing appreciations. That's what sort of happened in the space for you guys, because you guys have taken action to make sure that your blossoming abundance is present for you guys throughout September. You're tapping into that willpower, guys. Leos are like darn good for some willpower activation, can I just say. What is the guidance? Oh, wow. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, guys. So, Leo, your guidance for September, Spirit wants you guys to know that inner magician, he had to be doing a lot of covert work. He had to be doing a lot of internal work to be able to tap into that door of value, that door of inner self-value, that door of self-worth value. And that's really what September is going to be about for you guys, tapping into that door of value and bringing in those contracts that are going to meet your requirements, that are going to be able to see you bring to manifestation the things that, oh wow, again, blossoming abundance. You guys, oh wow. Wow, okay, so you guys are definitely going to be blossoming abundance, and that will be your door to value. You guys are definitely, I'm going to leave that card out for you guys. You guys are definitely going to be blossoming abundance, and that door to value is going to be down to your solar plexus, all that work that you'll be doing. That shall bring you victory throughout the month of September, Leo. And you too will be releasing, there will no longer be any heartbreak for you over those financial constraints. That thing that has been so heartbreaking in the past will no longer be a factor for you. I'm going to leave this card out as well, because clearly it wants to be on the table to be acknowledged, because all of this is going to be down to your solar plexus, guys. All of this is going to be down to the work that you guys will be doing in terms of your willpower. You guys will definitely be strategizing. You guys will be strategizing over those financial constraints, and you guys have utilized the temple path. You guys aren't wanting to do more than you're willing to do, and that's what you've acknowledged throughout the time that Saturn's been retrograde. And you too, oh my god, you guys have really tapped into your inner self. The sun is the ruler of Leo, or Leo is the ruler of the sun, depending on how you want to put it. But the yeah, no, you guys are really at this point of new beginnings for yourself, over your attachments to the material world, over your attachments to your finances that have been, it's been stormy for you guys. It's definitely been a rocky road. It hasn't been easy having to release that, but you had to sort of get to that point of understanding that this is for an overall greater good, and it no longer serves you to be indecisive. You've decided that you're going to have to make up your mind, decide what you want, and act on it. Sorry, for you guys, wow. That throat chakra, you guys have definitely been speaking a lot of things into existence, guys. You guys have definitely been speaking a lot of things into existence. There's no longer any deceit over your space. Like I said, the angel of balance has lent itself to you, and your throat chakra is finally at the point where it is in balance with itself, where it's, you know, speaking its personal truths, and walking away from the things that were keeping it tied up, from the things that were sort of affecting the happy home that you desire to create, that happy family situation. This is all about willpower activation for you guys, Leo. I'm just going to have another sip of my tea, because you guys are going to be doing powerful work on the throat chakra. You guys are really going to be speaking some things into existence throughout the month of September, guys. And I feel like it's going to be amazing for you guys. I want to see if I can pull maybe one card from the tarot to see the outcome for you guys for September. And see what we can... Oh, wow. Fulfilled wishes. That is ultimately the deal. Fulfilled wishes for you, Leos. Over spaces that almost seemed like it was a misalignment over your values. Broken homes and broken marriages are no longer going to be a factor where you're sort of being hopeful about the situation. Your wishes and desires are going to come true over those spaces, and that is ultimately the message. One card, Spirit. Oh, guess not. Guess we can't put it all into words with one card. I've got a few cards for you guys. Okay, right, so we've got a couple of things. We've got a couple of cards in reverse. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, and we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse, and we've also got the we've got very good cards, actually. I feel like with the King of Pentacles being in reverse, what that's referring to is that, you know, that domineering and controlling tendency that you Leos kind of tend to have sometimes when you're sort of speaking things into existence. That domineering tendency is actually going to be a little bit more organized. It's going to be a little bit more perceptive. It's going to be a little bit more of a quick thinker, and that's what you've learned to do, to sort of bring yourself into the energies that are going to be present for you in September. And I see that right now it's almost like you guys are at that point where you're, how can I put it, you're sort of walking, you're walking away from that controlling tendency, and that's really ultimately what's going to bring you, because, you know, presently this is like a 5-card spread, and what it's showing is that by walking away from that controlling and domineering energy and tendency that you guys have, and being a little bit more clear and organized and perceptive in your ability to, I guess, manifest the things that you desire, you've had to really sort of go into that inner place within yourself and find that balance, because you realize that you needed to listen to your inner voice. Again, this is definitely a month of like spirit speaking through each and every one of us, it feels like, because this has shown up for Cancer's reading as well. But yeah, you guys are going to be walking away from your domineering and controlling tendencies, and that's really going to allow for you guys to be able to I guess sort of bring some expansion into the space, bring some foresight, some preparation. You guys are really going to be preparing yourself going forward, you know, because right now you realize that you are ultimately abundant. You are ultimately abundant in the feminine, in the intuitive nature, and it's no longer just about the masculine nature, because the King of Pentacles is also a reference to abundance, just as the Empress. The difference is that, you know, the Empress is all about that feminine energy, and the King of Pentacles is all about that masculine doing energy. So you guys are more or less going to be utilizing your intuition, your inner self, your inner calling, to be able to move past the conflicts that was causing blocked emotions. And you're actually at this time going to be tapping into your inner magician. You're going to be tapping into your inner magician to be able to really sort of shift your world into the state of reflection that you see yourself, you know, and that's going to be down to you doing some, you know, some, I guess, covert work, some isolated work for yourself to be able to really address the choices that you have. And that willpower, I'm sure that will be, funny enough, they're actually directly in alignment with each other. That willpower and solar plexus is definitely going to see some expansion in its space. So this is definitely going to be an amazing month for you as well, Leo. So just enjoy it. Just absolutely enjoy it and be open to the energies. Wow. Oh, wow. What I'm going to say for you guys is that the energy is almost going to be electrifying for you. There's going to be so much of it. I literally just felt something there in this space and I can't even quite express it. But there's going to be so much for you guys, Leos, throughout the month of September. Be open to follow the path that's right for you. Couldn't have put it better myself. Be open to follow the path that is right for you. Oh, wow. Just as I've been saying, Leo, your message from the divine love and light is to walk away from illusions and towards truth. Walk away from illusions and towards truth. That is your guidance for this September, Leo. And I'm trying to get it there so you guys can see this amazing photo. It's almost like the truth is almost weightless because the lies and the illusions are actually so heavy. It's heavy projections, whereas the truth is the ultimate. So it weighs. It's weightless. Okay, I'm gonna read the message on the card for you. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. And that's Psalm 25, verse 4. So release your controlling and domineering tendencies and allow for God to show you the way, because there's abundance in that path for you throughout this month of September. Focus on your blessings. Focus on your blessings and you'll be able to see already how the divine is already shining the inner light over your light. Shine your inner light brightly. That's what will happen if you focus on your blessings. If you focus on your blessings, you'll be able to almost see how abundantly blessed you are. And that will only bring more to you, because gratitude and appreciation, these things vibrate at such a frequency where it just brings so much more in abundance. I'm going to read the card for you guys for this one. I feel like it needs to be done, because I feel like this is the ultimate as far as the, I feel like it needs to be acknowledged, basically. It sort of outlines what's going on as far as the energies for you guys. Don't worry, I'm not finished just yet. I'm still going to get a message from the universe and a romance card for you guys and get your stress card. I just want to read this message for you guys. Walk away from illusions and toward truth. Our earthly desires and willfulness often create illusions, whereby we see only what we want to see. We can be fooled into seeking ego-based goals, such as winning the approval of others or trying to force something to happen that's not God's will for us. Sometimes the ego might counsel us to go in the direction of temporary pleasures that pull us away from our inner divine path. It's important to be honest with ourselves so that we may clearly see the truth of any given situation. Truth is beautiful. It can take great courage to see through the illusions. Pray for clarity and for the Holy Spirit to reveal the truth to you. This truth could be something you've denied for many years. Often, the truth involves taking responsibility rather than blaming others. Meditating on it can be an uplifting and freeing experience that endows you with sure-footedness and grace as you take your next steps. The affirmation, well, not really affirmation, but the passage for you guys, which is Psalms 25, verse 4 to 5. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Lead me by your truth and teach me, for you are the God who saves me. That is awesomely amazing for you guys. I hope that you guys can receive that. I'm going to now pull message from the universe and see what is the guidance for you guys at this time. I'm having to put the cards in a way where I can actually get some new cards onto the space because there's so much happening, guys. Okay. What is the message for Leo this September, Spirit? What's the message for Leo? What does Leo need to know this September? I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. I know that it's going to be difficult for you guys to release the I guess, controlling tendencies, especially because you guys are so great at manifesting, Leos, but I am the dreamer of my dream, and the divine is simply working with you to attain that dream on a level where it is of a limitless capacity. Happiness is your birthright, okay? Don't forget that throughout the month of September. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. We're all going to be dealing with having an overstanding of self this month. I feel like these self-realizations aren't just going to be coming from nowhere. These are going to be coming as like blessings for the work that we've done. They're going to be coming in as a reminder of why we need to stick with the work that we have done so far. Okay, so far it seems like there's 7 cards popping out this time now. So these messages are all about spiritual victory. The last messages, there are 5, and 5's all about freedom. So that was all about conveying the message of freedom. This is about spiritual victory for, I guess, Cancer and Leo so far. So from what the universe is putting across to me, it's showing me that the path that you've been on so far, you realize that you are the dreamer of your dream, and your fearless freedom lights up this beautiful world. And you do finally realize that the universe works fast when you're just having fun with it. Okay, just let go of how it all needs to be for it to feel right. It's already feeling right. It's your thinking that's throwing off the feeling. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Don't forget it. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Don't forget it, because Spirit's here for you. And going forward, the universe wants to let you know the universe has my back. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. There you go. Again, I keep saying I couldn't have put it better myself, but that's the truth, guys. This is why I go to the cards. This is why I go to interaction with the divine, because I really, Spirit says it so much better than we can ever sort of try to convey those messages, even after having experienced it ourselves. You know, we know what we're experiencing, but even then we can't sort of put it across in the same way. Okay. Right, so romance for Leo. What does Leo need to know this September? What does my Leos out here need to know this September? There will be attractions. There will be attractions as you sort of heal the family issues. What is the message for attraction? There will be attraction. There will be attraction, my beautiful Leos. Smell the flowers. Look at the beauty around you. Look at the nature that is abundantly present around you, because just as that blossoms and bears fruits and flowers, so too can your romance, so too can your love life. And in order for that to happen, you have to be prepared to let go of control issues. Okay, let go of control issues. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. There's the opportunity for weddings, yes, but that would come from unrequited loves that don't have enough chemistry to keep the relationship going. And that's not necessarily where you want to go, which is why you need to let go of your control issues, because you're not, I'm not going to say you're not going to attract the right person to you, but because you're controlling how it's supposed to be, it's almost difficult for you to see what is already in front of you. That's what I want to say to you. And for some of you guys, it can seem like a missed opportunity. For those of you guys who are in relationships at this time, this is really a time for you to really see the beauty that is already present in your relationships, the growth that you guys have had together, the manifesting that you guys have done, the things that you have materialized together, the person that you guys have, the people that you guys have become together, and really take heed of that fact and appreciate it wholly and abundantly and blissfully as well, and let go of your control issues. For you singletons, let go of your control issues. And for those in relationships, this is a time where you can sort of go into a honeymoon. For those of you who are single as well, you know, that control tendency is only going to bring people that wear masks in your relationship into your space anyways. So don't worry about it. All in divine timing is what I say. This month is a time for you to just enjoy the moments, enjoy the people around you, enjoy the potential romances that come into your space. Right now, you're working on yourself. Right now, you're working on your tendency to, you know, control things, and you're just letting go. And in order for you to do that, maybe you need this time for yourself. Maybe you need this time to just focus and zoom in on self, so that you can utilize the divine and work with the divine to be able to move past those illusions. It's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, to just be by yourself for a while. I'm going to pull some stress cards for you, Leos, and see what Spirit has to say for you guys in terms of stress throughout the month of September. Getting a little bit blocked as well now, actually. What is the advice for Leo, Spirit, for September? What is the stress advice for Leo this September? What do they need to know as clearly as you can? Oh, maybe that's not it. Nope. Didn't feel like that was it. What is the message for Leo? As clearly as you can, Spirit. What does Leo need to know? I'm sure we're open to receiving all answers that are rightfully ours. I'm sorry, guys. Obviously, I just go until Spirit lets me know. That's why it was taking a while. Stand up straight. When you feel stressed out throughout this month of September, I don't know how I'm going to get... Yes, guys. Stand up straight when you feel like you are a little bit down throughout the month of September. Take an opportunity to just remember who you are. Pay close interest, okay? Pay close interest to the spaces that you travel in your mind. As you are traveling in your mind, be aware and don't forget to stand up straight and own who you are. I'm going to read this for you now. When you're out and about walking the next time, pay attention to your posture. Push your chest forward, press your shoulders down and back, and lift your nose just a bit up. Imagine you're a puppet and someone has a string attached to your head, pulling you straight up. Breathe with pride. When you have a good posture and not a bad one, as a stressed out person often has, your body will get more oxygen and feel more refreshed. A good posture will make you feel more powerful. The cramped feeling usually attached to stress will be reduced. Okay? So that's Spirit's advice to you, Leos. Just stand up straight. Remember who you are. And focus on that. Don't forget it, because the universe has your back throughout the month of September. Sorry guys, have to get that tea. I don't really like cold tea, but it's actually not too bad. It's better than I thought that it would be, but I love a bit of chamomile, so even if it was, I probably wouldn't mind it, clearly. Okay, so we are, I'm so glad, guys. I just want to acknowledge it because the video is holding out. I don't want to speak too soon. And it actually even looks clear. So that's even more awesome, if you ask me. Right, I'm going to move on to Virgo. Seeing as we are in Virgo season, this will be interesting, guys. This will be interesting. I'm actually a Virgo ascendant. So this will be interesting. And I do want to let it be known, my readings are for sun, moon, and rising signs, okay? So when I say ascendant, I'm saying that Virgo is my rising sign. So I'm intrigued to see how this comes about. So yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at my note and I realized I didn't actually put anything down for Pisces. Sorry, my mobile's going off there, guys. I was just checking that out. Okay, so I don't know what you guys feel like for the Virgo. I want to, okay, we're in very much of a grounded. I'm going to go with the tarot because that's what I seem to have in my hand. I'm going to start off with the tarot for you guys, Virgo, and see what comes through for you guys. What is the message for Virgo this September? What is the message? Okay, so Virgos, you need to know that what has seemed like a harvest in the past, you now realize is it's got no long-term vision to it. It's not going to be sort of like a long-term success. It has actually very limited success and rewards to it. And that has to do with a lot of your earthly materializations. They have limited rewards. And looking at the situation, it's almost like you're now, you know, you're feeling stuck because of those limited rewards. Because there wasn't any balance over the space. And it's almost causing you guys anxiety. Okay, well, I can't say almost, it is causing you guys anxiety, and for some people almost depression. But I guess it's almost like the indecisiveness is what has caused the delays, because ultimately it's almost like undelivered promises is what you're really sort of anxious about at this time, Virgos, you know, show up for yourself, especially Virgos. Like, you guys are all about, you know, making sure that everything is in chronological order. I know as a Virgo rising, my tendency to be a bit of a perfectionist comes from my Virgo traits, because you guys always like to make sure that everything is like in its place, if you will. So now is really a time for you guys to just let a lot of stuff go, I see, for you Virgos. Let's just sort of get some insights for you. Virgo September, what do they need to know, Spirit? It's now time for harvest. It's now time for harvest, but the thing is, for you guys, what you're going to be harvesting is delays and frustration, because you've held off on stuff. You've held off on a lot of the things that you know within yourself that you needed to be doing, but you kept talking yourself out of it. You kept putting it off. You kept telling yourself that, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow. Those days still haven't come. We're still waiting for later. And you know better within yourself than to be making those types of decisions for yourself, because you know procrastination only gives you anxiety, Virgos, because it is not in your nature to not do the things that you know needs to be done. And when you don't do it, you panic. So save yourself the bother, okay? Throughout September. Okay, let's have a little look for you guys, because clearly these cards wanted to be acknowledged. You guys are definitely going to be going through some stuff this month. You guys are definitely going to be going through some stuff, Virgos. Definitely going through some stuff. You guys have got a few cards in reverse. Bottom of the deck, you do have... there we go. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Six of Pentacles in reverse as well. And this is talking about, you know, I feel like for a lot of you guys, even just looking at the cards that is here, because you guys have obviously had to do some withdrawal and isolation, it's almost like you've had to, you've realized that you've been selfish, you know. So, okay, looking at the cards, so what they're showing me is that there's like lost opportunities because of your tendency to be selfish. That's what September is basically going to be sort of bringing to life for you guys. There's going to be lost opportunities in friendships, relationships, familyships, and that's due to you guys basically not really planning, you guys not really sort of owning that ability to sort of create, owning the potential that's in the space. You guys not really tapping into, you know, the beginnings that were, you know, being offered to you guys in terms of being able to take off the blindfold and release indecisiveness and confusion, and I guess being at a point of like taking on too much as far as information overload, to the point where you're all talk and no action, making sort of hasty decisions because you aren't being in the synchronistic nature of the universe. You're not sort of listening to that inner knowing, that intuition, that emotional guidance. And almost what has happened is that because you've been emotionally immature almost, that, you know, emotional immaturity has meant that there will be some delays going forward due to that indecisiveness, and that all talk and no action was you being selfish, basically, is what Spirit's saying to you. Again, I'm just a vessel, don't shoot the messenger. I just tell you what comes through me as the cards relay the information. For some reason, I'm actually getting a bit of a cold, and this was coming through the do you know what I want to acknowledge to you guys, Virgos? What I'm going to say, because as I was finishing up the reading for Leo coming into your reading, it's almost like I felt myself getting blocked. I'm just going to say it how it comes out. Stop lying to yourselves. It serves you no purpose to lie to yourself, because as you lie to yourself, it manifests somewhere. And as you tell those lies externally, that truth is manifesting in your inner being somewhere within the vessel. I'm getting all congested and blocked, and I'm sure that this is happening for a lot of you Virgos out there as well too, because you're not speaking your truths. You're not speaking the entire truth of your experience, of your existence, of your, how can I put it? I really just want, it's almost like Spirit's having a go at me through you guys, or having a go at you guys through me. That's what it feels like. But what Spirit's saying is that there needs to be some, there's been some isolation. Basically, there has definitely been some isolation. You've definitely withdrawn yourself. You've definitely embarked on a lonely path, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, you knew that this was coming. You knew that it was manifesting that way, because you knew that you were lying to yourselves, and the why you had to go internally was because there was a lack of control and direction. You know, you were being too aggressive with your ego. You were being too aggressive with what you felt you wanted from the situation, rather than being open and honest with what truly actually is. And that serves you no purpose, Virgo. And I understand this myself as a Virgo ascendant, like I said, because I know I've been meaning to do these things for so long, as far as these readings, and I continue to procrastinate on it. So I received this message wholly and completely. This is for Virgo's rising, sun, and moon. Okay? What is ultimately about to happen for like my Virgos in this space now is that your world is about to shift, guys. Your world is about to be completed. Your world is about to be accomplished in terms of that I guess that forgiveness. You're about to accomplish forgiveness. Oh wow, Virgos, you are about to accomplish forgiveness, because you are no longer holding on to the sorrows. You are finally ready to accept what is, and you had to go internally and be lonely to acknowledge the fact that you have been selfish, to acknowledge the fact that you haven't necessarily acted upon the best interests of anybody but yourselves. And that inner magician, that inner resourcefulness was basically being manipulative due to poor planning. And it's almost like you knew what you were supposed to do, and like I said, you weren't acting upon who you truly feel that you are. And by telling yourself those lies, you manifested lies outright to others. But Spirit's saying no more. This month you come to self-realizations, and you need to be open and ready and willing to forgive, because again, my solar plexus is scintillating. So you are also going to be having, I guess, some emotional transformation in terms of your forgiveness. And going forward, it's almost like you will have the courage. You'll finally have the courage and the faith to be able to see certain things through. And sorry, I'm getting messages, guys. You will have the faith to see things through, because you have realized that being manipulative serves you no purpose, and having poor planning means that you had to be manipulative, or at least that's what you told yourself, so that you can feel better about the decisions that you made. But serves nobody, least of all you, because you stunt your growth. Now you have to, you know, I'm not going to say you have to go back, but the steps that you were taking forward, you've definitely taken a few steps back. But what it has addressed for you guys is that you weren't necessarily where you thought that you were. And that's fantastic, because self-realizations, bringing stuff like that to light really gives us an opportunity to be able to move forward and come to that place of acceptance. And I do see that for you guys at the minute. I do see that point of acceptance and forgiveness for you guys at the minute. So that's definitely an amazing place for you guys to be, Virgo. Okay, I'm going to pull some energy cards for you guys and see what's going on in the space. Still, I'm going to try and have some tea. And again, honestly, Virgo, since I acknowledge that and let you guys know that that's what was going on in the space, because I felt myself getting congested, so I know that this was directly in reference to you guys' energy. Don't manifest that darkness within yourself. It's not worth it. Like, the lies aren't worth it. Like, just be honest with yourself completely, because what's happening is that the lies that you're telling, your DNA already knows itself, spirit already knows its truth, and whether your ego decides to be honest with itself or not, you know, it shall manifest somewhere. The truth exists somewhere, whether it's inside of your universe or externally into this three-dimensional universe. Okay, what is the message for Virgo this September, Spirit? What does Virgo need to know for this September? Guys, I'm not lying. Okay, the cards are clearly outlining it for you. You guys will be activating your throat chakra. I told you guys, speak your truth. It's important. It's important because now you're ready to be who you truly are. Now you are ready to tap into that door of romance, that door of romance with yourself, that door of romance with that inner being that truly exists, by being able to bring some balance to this space, because those lies weren't helping you. You know better. Right, Virgo, let's see. What is the message for Virgo this September, Spirit? What is the message for Virgo this September? Sorry, guys, the energy is clearly heavy for you guys. Woman holding a coin. Woman holding a coin. So a lot of you guys are definitely going to be going through some circumstances or going, okay, yeah, you know, there's had to be a lot of healing in the space for you guys. Oh wow, okay, yeah. The healing that has taken place for you guys in the space has seen to it that you guys are now at the garden and the gate. You guys are now at that place where that internal work that you guys were doing, in terms of, you know, having to withdraw yourself from the external world and finally being ready and willing to forgive and accept, and really sort of have faith and courage to move forward, is really where you're going to be embarking. You're embarking on that next phase, that next journey, your transition. Your transition, Virgo, has been down to a need for self-love. You've had to love yourself enough to come to self-realizations. You've had to love yourself enough to be completely honest with yourself. You've had to love yourself enough to be able to speak your truth, at least to yourself. Because even if you are working, because I can see going forward, you're working on the courage to be able to speak your truth to the world externally. At least you've already worked and embarked on that internally within yourself. And now all you've got to do is express that heart externally. Express the things that you've come to realizations about. And to be fair, like, I can't say that nobody's going to judge you, because they will. I can see that it won't be a restful path for you at this garden gate. It won't be something that's going to be a peaceful experience for you. But the intuition's guiding you. You know, that goddess of the moon is guiding you, and it's really seeing to it that you're able to tap into your deep creative self, your inner being, to tap into that romance, that romantic side of you, that side that has a tendency to be compassionate, so that it can bring healing into this space. Because you know, you're going to be releasing envy, and that was one of the things that was really causing you to basically not want to come to your realizations, because you were so busy looking at what others were doing. You were so busy sort of taking notes on what other people were doing and not really focusing on what you needed to be doing. And that was really what was throwing you off course. But you were too busy living in that space. You failed to realize that. But you're now walking away from that, because the healer of ages has utilized time to see to it that you guys take the relevant time that you need to heal. And you're no longer needing to strategize externally. You're no longer needing to strategize externally, because you've had to strategize internally throughout the time, and you've had to see to it that your ego has gone into more of an introverted experience of itself, where it's not so proud, where it's not so prideful. And it's a case of walking away from that. And that garden gate, that was basically affecting your coins, that was basically affecting your physical manifestation, that was affecting your ability to sort of project what it is that you truly see within yourself, as far as the truth that you know exists, and then, you know, the lies, that's where it kind of got formulated, because there was deceit behind that. The third eye, again, the cards don't lie. I told you guys, I feel the energy, so I just speak it as it is, and the cards are pretty much just verifying it. There was definitely some deceit over the third eye, and you basically told yourself what you wanted to see and tried to visualize that. But it doesn't matter how much visualizing you do, Virgo, the truth is the truth, and it exists, and the universe knows it, and it will continue to remind you of it throughout September and force your hand here, because the angel of balance is going from an internal reflective, and at this time you really need to be calling upon the angel of balance throughout the month of September, as well as the angel of strength, because you're really going to need to tap into your courage, because those self-realizations, you're going to have to love yourself enough to be able to be honest with yourself, guys. The angel of strength and the angel of balance is going to come in to assist you in healing your root chakra, because why the reasons and factors that you were telling those lies has a lot to do with your chakras, your root chakras projections. That's where it was mainly coming from, and it was then affecting your throat chakra. And what's ultimately, you know, going to happen, where that has been, I guess, imbalanced for so long, it's meant that your door to spirit has been obstructed because of those lies, because of those, I guess, you know, illusions that you've been all tied up in. And ultimately, what shall come for you is that there will be some happy family for the situation, but again, you have to really understand your projections in terms of how you see family, because what you're going to be addressing throughout the month of September is your attachments to how you perceive family to be, how you see things, how does your reflection of family look to you. That's what you're going to be addressing, Virgo. And in order to do that, at the garden gate, you need to be completely honest with yourself so that it can come to light as it needs to. Okay? I am, for you guys, probably going to read a romance card. That wasn't all that great. It's proper cold now. Anywho, I'm going to read a romance card for you. For you guys, I'm actually going to do, instead of a message from the universe, I'm going to do some angel cards for you guys. And see what sort of comes through for you guys. Okay? What does Virgo need to know for the month of September? Yes. That's all you guys need to know. Everything that's going on, when this card pops up, it's all about fate. It's all about divine intervention. It's all about that yin and yang energy, that internal being manifested externally. So that self-realization is destined. It is fated. Because within the next few weeks, they're saying peaceful resolutions will come. But within the next few weeks, it's not necessarily the right time for those peaceful resolutions. You're going to have to give this the time. You're going to have to give this the time, because they're saying, no, this isn't going to happen for you. This peaceful resolution is not happening within the next few weeks for you. There will ultimately be success, but what you need to do at this time, Virgo, is let go and let God. Let the divine work the intention that you put out into the universe by communicating clearly those intentions, by communicating clearly your truth. In the near future, they're asking you to act on this throughout the month of September, and trust that when you put out your truth and take action on putting out your truth, that by letting go, once you release that into the universe and unburden yourself of that cross, the universe and the divine, the angels, the archangels, the guides, they will bring to you what is rightfully yours and balance the scales. Just by, it's almost like a payment for your courage, a payment for your faith. So, just be honest. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? I'm just saying. Because ultimately what happens for you then, Virgo, is that you can move forward and you then no longer have to settle. You don't have to pretend to be something that you're not, least of all to yourself, because you already know truly what and who you are. Okay, what is the message for Virgo this September? Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Healing family issues. I feel like that's definitely fair, because I feel like a lot of the manipulations were down to, you know, other people's projections, and family can be soul family as well. It was definitely down to other people's projections. And what's ultimately happening for you guys this month, for some of you guys, there has been some separation. Let's just get some clarifying on these. Let's just see. Okay, thank you, because that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So, you're the first guys, actually, that's getting 6 romance cards. And that's a first for me as well. But I really needed to be able to clarify the message. So what's happening, what they're saying, this is actually even going further into what we're already bringing to light here. As far as romance, they're saying that you are separating, or you have already, where you're at now on the journey, where you have been. You've taken the time to realize that deception doesn't serve you. You're separating yourself from deception. You're separating yourself from the false mask that you were wearing in your relationships. And that separation means that presently you're learning to let go of your control issues, and you're allowing for the situation to unfold naturally. And right now, the advice and suggestion for you, Virgos, is to stay optimistic about your love life, and know that positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Because that deception, you know, that mask that you were wearing, it almost made it so that it was almost an unrequited love. So there wasn't enough attraction or chemistry for that relationship to be able to be sort of a long-term investment. And what you realize now is that you deserve love, and that love is starting with self. That love is starting with self, because going forward, you're looking to heal family issues. You're going back to realizing what is broken within yourself, so that you can bring to you and attract to you what is healed within yourself, because you no longer want to, you know, manifest things in your relationship space that is as broken as the relationships that you've seen around you, as the relationships you've seen in family. Going forward, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, and your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So, you know, just know that this isn't a situation that's going to heal itself within the next few weeks. I don't see that this is going to happen within the next few weeks or anything for you guys, but I do feel like if you guys continue to do the work by separating yourself from that mask and realizing that the mask doesn't serve you, there's definitely the opportunity for you to move into that space of healing. There's definitely the opportunity for you to move into that space of clarity. What is the advice for Virgo? Okay. Spirit is saying, eat slowly, Virgo. For the month of September, eat slowly. Because you're going to need to utilize the power of breath. And when I say eat slowly, I mean eating all this realization, this self-realization that's coming to you through your crown chakra activation this month. Eat that in slowly and utilize the power of breath, so that you can take this as an opportunity to let go of that which no longer serves you. That mask, it doesn't serve you. Release it. Okay, I'm actually going to read the deception romance card for you guys, actually, so that you guys can get some more clarity. I feel like the solar plexus is really going to be activating for you guys, so that's something that I want to address, because again, this is divine fated intervention. You're going to be activating the crown chakra to come to those self-realizations by your will, to be able to see yourself in your true identity of what you feel that you are, and allowing for the external world to see you in that way by acting accordingly. Eat slowly. When you eat or drink, do it with concentration. Taste the food in your mouth. Does it have a special taste that you can only feel with one part of your mouth? Chew slowly, and when you swallow, try to feel how the food goes down. Give all your attention to the process. Eating peacefully and concentrating on it will help you be more present, which in turn reduces stress. If you concentrate on your eating, you will notice more easily the amounts of quality of food your body needs. That's amazing. Again, I feel like eat yourself in slowly, Virgo, and you'll be able to see all the ways in which you can blossom. Don't judge yourself for the lies you've told. Just know that they served a purpose in your evolution, and it's only going to allow you to come to a greater understanding of self. Okay? I'm going to read the deception card for you guys so you have a clearer understanding of the energy that was present over your romantic space. Because you are no longer in that space. You are now learning how to let go of control issues and be optimistic about your love life, because the mask that you were wearing had a lot to do with external factors and what you felt that other people expected of you. This card is a loving nudge for you to beware of deception within a relationship. This could involve something mild, such as run-of-the-mill politeness, where your partner is afraid of offending you by sharing true feelings. You don't want to do that, Virgo. People need to be able to express themselves as do you, otherwise it causes so many imbalances within the energetic body. Perhaps you're the one wearing the mask because you aren't disclosing something to your partner. Deep down, you know what this card pertains to. I'm sure you do. The romance angels are trying to protect your heart. Please say this invocation either silently or aloud. Romance angels, I ask that you give me very clear guidance, and I can easily notice and understand to reveal the truth about this situation to my conscious awareness. Then, notice and trust the signs that follow. This card is also a reminder to you about the importance of being genuine with your partner. Although discussing your true feelings may be uncomfortable, it will improve your relationship on many levels. This actually brings to light something for me, because I realize that there's people that are really... I feel bad that you feel like you can't be yourself, and I feel bad that you feel that your spirit isn't worthy enough of being acknowledged. But I promise you, the whole world deserves to see you in your true light throughout the month of September, Virgo. And these self-realizations, these downloads that you receive throughout the month of September, it serves you for your purpose that you are here to fulfill during your time here. Just know that, accept that, receive that, and act on it, because that is the most important part to it. Act on it. Okay? Right, that is Virgo reading finished. And guys, I'm going to acknowledge it again. The video is doing an awesome job. I'm like so amazed by that. That's brilliant to know and hear and receive. Okay, so now we are going to move on to Libra. I think what I'm going to start with for Libra, I'm going to start with some divine light and love and light card. There we go. so that we can sort of bring the message through and continue from there. What is the message for Libra? The message for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising this September. Leave a trail of love as you walk the earth. See everything through the eyes of love. What is the message for Libra this September, Spirit? What do they need to know? Wow. So you guys have the same advice as Leo. Libra and Leo, you guys are also being advised to walk away from illusions and towards truth. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. That's amazing. That's definitely amazing. Right, so it's also saying cooperation and partnership bring great rewards, and you can achieve a happy home. You can achieve a happy home by walking away from illusions and towards the truth, by realizing that you need to be actively playing your part in your partnerships, and you need to be patient enough to cooperate so that you can achieve the things that you're hoping to attain. I think that was pretty clear. I'm going to probably read an energy card for you guys, but I'm going to pull some tarot first, actually. I'm going to pull some tarot to see what is the message for Libra this September. What's the message for you, Libras? You guys are definitely going to be sort of releasing your fear and unhappiness, and all that confusion is going to be sort of moving away. I feel like the energy of September is all about light, to be fair. So it'll be interesting to see. And again, for you guys, you're releasing that fear and unhappiness because you guys have had to deal with some manipulation yourselves as well. It might be you that have been doing the manipulation. It might have been receiving manipulation, but you're finally sort of getting some clarity. Right. Message for Libra. Spirit, Libra this September. You guys are all about that mental clarity, that truth, that authority and power. You're tapping into that intellectual self, and that has had to come to light because you guys have had to sort of move away from those blocked or repressed emotions, and it's bringing you mental clarity. What is the message for Libra? What is the message for Libra, Spirit? What is the message for Libra this September? As clear as you can. What is the message for Libra this September? Oh, wow. Oh, golly gosh. You guys have a lot going on. Okay. Right. So, Libra. God. I feel like I'm going to have to do this in a lot of different parts to it, because there's been a lot of illusions going on for you guys, to the point where it's really causing you guys a lot of anxiety, to the point where you guys have really been dealing with the depressive energy. The shadow energy brought a lot of depression for you guys. There was a lot of illusions around the time of the retrogrades for you guys. I can tell that much. I can see as well here that for you guys, it's almost like those blocked and repressed emotions, it's almost like they are at the point where you almost kind of feel like there's a missed opportunity that's getting away from you at the minute. Sorry, I'm sort of trying to receive the information. A missed opportunity that's sort of getting away from you at the minute, and going forward, it's almost like you feel like there's going to be there's definitely going to be some scattered thoughts, because you're going to sort of be in a point where you're taking no regards for the consequences of the things that you're going to be doing. It's almost like you're recklessly charging forward, and you're not taking the time to really be contemplative, because all your cards, Libra, are actually reversed. Can I say that much? You have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So your communication is definitely going to be off throughout the month of September, because there's going to be a lot of blocked emotions that isn't going to be able to express itself, and you need to be able to just speak some truth over that space, because this blocked emotion is really going to see you break free from the mental challenges, and that's what it's here to assist you with. Because going forward, I can see that you'll be taking disregard for the consequences of the things that you'll be doing, and it's just going to throw you completely off balance in terms of the work that you've been doing, and it has no long-term vision, guys. That's what I'll say to you guys. It has no long-term vision. I'm going to just pull the rest of the cards that did come out, because so much came out for you guys. There's actually 10 cards for you guys, actually, so there's clearly a lot that Spirit wants to put across for this space for Libra. Okay, so that blocked emotion right now, because you guys aren't really sort of taking the time to contemplate on the situation, and it's more looking like a missed opportunity in the present. What's happening is that you're not able to move on, because you're carrying the baggage from those emotions with you, and it really doesn't serve you. Just kind of release it. It doesn't serve you. I can see that you're ready to obviously break free, but for some reason right now you're at that point where you're just carrying the baggage with you, and going forward, that's why it's going to be sort of like that scattered energy, that scattered communication, that's going to really affect your world as well, because it's going to sort of bring you a lack of closure. You're not going to be able to sort of move past those things going forward if you're not ready and willing to release those things that you know aren't really going to be helping you to manifest the abundance you're hoping to attain. Because I can see that you have been doing some soul searching in terms of family and finances and the material world. You have been doing some finances and some soul searching to really understand more about why your circumstances have been so I guess reckless. That's the best way that I can put it, because that's how it's coming across to me as far as the energy that I can see in the space. And going forward, that lack of closure and that lack of completion for you in terms of the way that you communicate is going to be down to a lot of the external factors that are out of your control. So just don't fight it. Don't fight it too much. You have been, absolutely, yes, you have been sort of anxious and to the point where you're like depressed and there's like really intense anxiety, and I know that you've probably had some sleepless nights about a lot of the things to do with family, but I see that soul searching has brought some inheritance into your space, and that lack of closure is going to be down to external factors. So right now you're unable to move forward and you're carrying baggage, and that baggage is actually things that you've inherited. That baggage is actually things that you've inherited through family cycles that have basically played themselves out over and over and over again. So for my Libras out there, understand that you came here to break those cycles. You came here to end those patterns, and you are going to be doing amazing work whilst you are present. So don't worry about the lack of closure situation, because that imbalance is only happening because it requires for you to be able to stop being so overprotective. Stop doing things that are seeing you sort of live in a place of not wanting to look at yourself and sort of doubting yourself at the same time, because that's only got limited rewards to it. The longer you decide to be controlling about the situation, the reunions of being able to reunite with your place within yourself where you can intuitively find calm through mental clarity, it's going to take a while. You're going to have to learn through tapping into your strength and releasing your heartbreak from the past so that things can quickly move forward. And in order for that to happen, you have to release your controlling, domineering ways, because that a demanding nature within you is almost going to, you know, it's almost dissatisfied, and it's becoming greedy, and it's bringing a lot of temptations in your path and illusions as you continue with your path. So just release it, you know, just release it. Don't allow for yourself to continue to be blocked by those emotions. Allow yourself to become free from those challenges, because the soul searching that you're doing will pay off. It isn't your burdens to carry. It isn't your cross to bear. This is something that has been going on for you ancestrally for a while, Libra. And one of the things that I'd suggest, some shungai. Shungai is very good for grounding. If you guys are sort of interested in any crystal sort of healing, I definitely suggest that for you, Libras. Okay. What is the message for Libra this September? What's the message for Libra this September, Spirit? What is the message? Okay, so there will be an imbalance in terms of the yin and yang. You guys will be going more internally to the yin to find out what is needing to be addressed to manifest itself into the yang, the external world. I'm going to do that for you guys again. Libra this September, Spirit. Libra this September. What do they need to know? What do they need to know, Spirit? Ooh. You guys are releasing your tendency to be indecisive. Oh, wow. Okay. Again, you guys are also activating your solar plexus. That's it. You guys are activating your solar plexus because you opted not to take the temple path and realized that there is a door to value through self-realizations. You didn't want to go the easy way. Not to say that the temple path is the easy way, but in your case, it would have been in terms of, you know, the way that you would have told the story. You're no longer taking the temple path anyways. The temple path is that really deep inner knowing. You're no longer taking that path, but you realize that you needed to in order to be able to bring a door of value, or walk through the door of value, to get some self-realizations. And you really had to go deeply to think about the way that you were willfully manifesting things, you know, willfully manifesting things, and you put that ego to rest as well. You're another one that's really sort of working on that egoic nature, because you're no longer strategizing with your ego. Instead, you know, that man holding a heart, so that heart that was almost upside down, that heart that wasn't necessarily manifesting itself from the true core of itself, is now finally able to do so abundantly, because it's seeing you, Libra, tap into your intuition, and that will ultimately be impacted over your throat chakra. So your throat chakra, which is in balance, as well as your root chakra, which is in balance, will be able to be met with the angel of strength and balance, will come over the space for you, and you're no longer having to think too much, too deeply about the situation, because you realize ultimately that there was deceit, and you're being completely honest enough with yourself because you love yourself enough to do so, and now you're finally ready to appreciate. And by you appreciating, for a lot of you Libras, it means that there will be a door to romance for you, because the healer of ages is ready to help you with that, you know, that visualization of the truth, so that you don't have to continue to, I guess, block your blessings financially, both in terms of doing and intuitively. And you will no longer feel the need to be envious, but you will receive envy at some point, because you will be walking away from the things that aren't going to assist you in you know, letting go of your financial constraints, but I see that you will also move away from your financial constraints. I feel like with Saturn going back direct, we've all learned a lot. We have all learned a lot, because the journey of stormy weather is no longer a factor for you guys, okay? You guys have had to be patient, and it means that the door to healing and happiness is behind you guys, because you guys have done the work. You know, the things that were causing you anxiety in the past, that you guys have been basically depressed about and anxious about, you guys see that it wasn't your cross to bear, and now you guys are finally ready to just walk in the true light of who you are. Okay, I'm gonna read the solar plexus, third chakra. Archangel Shamuel, I should say. Archangel Shamuel is the archangel that you guys need to utilize to call upon, you know, activating the energies of your third chakra, your solar plexus. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted, guys. Okay, so upright, the powerful Archangel Shamuel is holding a beautiful sphere of golden light at the solar plexus, which is the location of your third chakra and the center of your life force energy. The issues here revolve around emotions of despair and your personal energy. When the card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move towards the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. Okay? Go for it. You see what the issues are in the space. You no longer need to hold back. Just go for it. It's yours. Why not? I'm going to pull some cards from the universe. Message from the universe for Libra. What is the message from the universe for Libra this September, Spirit? What is the message for Libra this September? The key to prayer is to forget what I need. Okay? You've seen it. I think that's probably one of the things that you've seen that isn't really serving you, and that was down to you picking up on family patterns, family traits that you've inherited. I really feel like there's definitely going to be major solar plexus activation for you guys. Five cards for you guys, okay? We're back to 5 cards. So you guys are achieving freedom at this time throughout the month of September. You guys have done the work. You guys are presently realizing that, you know, you're open to the change from just releasing the baggage that you're carrying in terms of family inherited traits that doesn't serve you. That's sort of external factors outside of your internal universe. But the message from the universe at this time is to realize that I choose love no matter what. If you choose love no matter what, seeing where you've been, I can see that the universe is saying my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Energy flows where my intention goes. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Happiness is my birthright. That's where you guys are right now. Happiness is my birthright is what you guys are really sort of being able to come to an understanding on. And going forward, you realize that when I've surrendered, I surrender more. And that's an amazing place to be, because the universe, when you let go, the universe can bring things to you in abundance. And when I looked at the time, actually it was about 11333, an hour and 13 minutes and 33 seconds. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. by choosing love, you realize that that is ultimately what will bring you the things that you feel that you deserve. And you're just going to go after it, Libra. You've been doing the work already. I can tell from the cards that have come up for you that you've already been coming to your own realizations, your own clarity on things, and it's really going to pay off for you. Now I'm going to pull some romance cards for you, Libra, and see what the guidance is for you in romance this month. Libra September spirit. What does Libra need to know as far as romance for the month of September? What does Libra need to know as far as romance? Past life relationship. Finances and career. So for a lot of you guys are realizing that even the way that you guys are like doing relationships and the way that you guys are working your finances are things that you've inherited, things that you've seen mum and dad do, and now you feel like let go of control issues. That is the one and only message to you guys. Let go of control issues, because what you're having right now, for some of you, you're already in a relationship. Some of you guys that are already in your relationship, you need to let go of your control issues, because that's showing up based on past life relationships. That's past life karma that's in this space for you. That the things that you're controlling over has nothing to do with this lifetime, but everything to do with who you are presently in this lifetime. And for the right people, that will make sense. Those are karmic debts that has been brought over that you really need to unburden yourself with. And to be fair, some of these patterns and projections, you're probably realizing for a lot of you that are really deep into your spiritual journey, you're realizing that a lot of it is to do with your past life karmas. So that's an amazing place for you guys to be, because by letting go of your controlling issues, you take back control. Okay, don't ever get it twisted for a minute. And again, this is ultimately what the reading's about, because these are the cards that I saw for you before: finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. The way that you saw mum and dad do relationships in terms of their finances, you need to let go of that, because you don't have to do it how mummy and daddy did it. Did it work for them? Can I ask you that much? Ask yourself that, and pick out the pieces that worked for them, and the things that didn't work, you don't need to take those with you, because they clearly didn't work for them. So I'm not going to say there's no reason why it's going to work for you, but it's like doing the same thing and expecting different results. What did they call that? I'm just going to leave it there. Okay? Let go of your control issues, Libra. This is the month for it, and the universe supports you in doing that. You will only get bigger and better and brighter by doing so, because the universe will almost propel you into new heights of your existence. Okay? Right. So, what is the message for Libra this September, Spirit? What's the message? Oh, wow. What is the message for Libra this September in terms of stress relief? What is the message, Spirit, for Libra this September in terms of stress relief? What do they need to know? What is the message for Libra? Oh, wow. There's quite a few things that you guys need to know, and I feel like that's because you guys have been doing a lot of work. Okay? Spirit saying for you guys, thank yourself for what you're good at, Libra. Thank yourself for what you're good at. Thank yourself for all the hard work that you've done. Give your scalp a rub. Like, just love upon yourself this month of September. Eat slowly. Acknowledge the power of breath. Pay attention to your thoughts, and go to the center of yourself. I think that's the card I'll read for you guys. Go to the center of yourself. Close your eyes. If there was a center in you, where would it be? Look for it and keep your attention to it. If the center feels small, imagine it growing like a balloon. If it's difficult to find your center, look for it in peace. When you find it, rest in it and breathe. Stay there for about 5 to 10 minutes. By returning to your center regularly, You will have better recognition of your emotions, feelings, and needs. When you're not just serving others, you will feel more powerful. Focus on self. Let go of other people's projections, because it's not for you to carry on. You're better than that. I don't mean to say that you're better than anyone, but that's how Spirit said it to me. You're better than that, Libra. Okay, you know the work that you've been here doing covertly, and you know what realizations you've come to, you know what downloads you've received, and you haven't received those downloads for no reason. Don't let them go to waste. Okay, take it as a time to take back your power and be honest completely and wholeheartedly about what it is that you desire from this space and at this time. Okay, fantastic. So I am now going to move on to Scorpio. And again, the energy in the space, the actual thingies holding out, the videos holding out for you guys. So I'm so thankful and sorry. The energy can be overwhelming for me sometimes. I think I might actually take a break, guys. I think I'm going to take a break to reboot my energy. I've done, 4 readings so far. I'm going to come back and do another 5 readings. I'll probably do the Scorpio through to Pisces reading, and hopefully that should just be a couple of hours, hopefully, because it's hard to sit into this space and really sort of tap into the different energy. So I am going to leave you guys with the information that I've given you for Cancer right the way through to Libra. And I hope that was good for you guys. I hope that it was useful. I'm just going to make myself another cup of tea, nice and hot, and just put some stuff back into myself so that I can continue to give more to you guys and continue to be a vessel for the information that needs to be expressed through me for you guys. And I hope that you guys come back and join me for more. As I said, if you guys liked the way that I did readings, when I actually do one-to-one readings, I do a lot more third eye intuitive work. And I will continue as time gets on to do more intuitive readings, but I want to give you guys enough to be able to actually see something tangible, because I feel like the cards were saying things that I was saying before I actually pulled cards for it. So there was a lot of there was some intuitive in there as well. But if you guys like the way that I did that, definitely be sure to comment, share, definitely subscribe to get more goodies, get more insights. I am going to be doing extended readings for you guys, where you guys can go deeper into it. I'll be able to do an extended reading where I can do a full Celtic spread for you guys in the extended reading. That will be about half an hour, and I'll be charging about between £3 to £5 for those. So that's something to look out for. I just need to kind of get into the motion of things so that I can continue to bring more and more and more blessings to you guys in terms of downloads, informations, insight and guidance. Okay, but if you liked it, definitely check me out at allthews.shakimabrown.com, and you can just have a look at my readings there. I do different readings for, I guess, different things depending on what you need. Okay, thank you again, beautiful spirits. I hope that this Wednesday evening has been awesomely defined for you guys. I will potentially now try to get the rest of the videos done for tomorrow, because I feel like I'm emotionally and energetically spent. And also, guys, I'm actually off to make some candles to just make sure that I've got everything ready for my deliveries tomorrow. Okay, so hope that was good for you guys. Mwah. Enjoy. Love you.